were inherited and is working to ensuring that they are completed. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. And I believe that this is the principle of our leaders in this university. And I believe that we will continue to grow. Now I want to say, I'm not concerned on this lecture. I'm leaving the lecture today, but my concern goes beyond today. It goes beyond 10 years to come. And as I will highlight later, I'm thinking about 100 years after now. And that 100 years, I may not be here again. But the truth is that the university must live. Of course, I'm also documenting, and I want you to listen, that one of these things that we're talking about, we are not addressing anybody now. We are not talking about the current administration. We are talking about administration of the management of the university, either now or tomorrow. And we have said it that even the alumni members are likely to be vice chancellors tomorrow. And therefore, we're also addressing ourselves, sir, in this regard that we're trying to present. Of course, our university has been a leading institution in all these ramifications, just naming anything. But, sir, we must see the alumni as a partner in progress. And whatever we can do to ensure that the alumni are adequately involved in the processes of university development, we want to just ask for it. As the Vice Chancellor I've just mentioned, I believe that in this new thinking that we're having, that we should be able to also contribute to the vision of the current Vice Chancellor to take the university to a world-class university. And I believe in doing this, you cannot become a world-class university by just starting somewhere up. We are building on what is on ground. That's why I say the development must be cumulative, adding to what has been achieved and working towards a long-term goal for the university. The question we want to ask ourselves, gradually we are coming back home. Remember, we are talking about strategizing the development for sustainable university development. And I asked, what is sustainable development? In the context of this lecture, it is about actions taken or activities engaging that will favor the preservation of the past glories of the university. And again, beyond that past glory, you see, if you stop at the past glory, you can make progress. Because you'll be looking at the achievements you have made, and then you just lose focus. But we're saying that in addition to the past glory, preserving it, we then have to move and increase the use of human, materials, and financial resources in such a manner that tomorrow we are still going to keep this FUNAAB family intact in all these ramifications. And I want to remind us that in trying to do this, we must guard against anything that will slow down unnecessarily the increasing tempo of growth and development that we have witnessed in this university. Anything that will lower academic standard, we say no to it as an alumni member. And anything that will threaten financial prudence, we also not agree with it. And thank God there is a divine arrangement for the incumbent Vice Chancellor to be here. It's on divine assignment, and I believe that he will continue in this step. Now, where do we key in? Why alumni association? Why do we have to think about this? It is not just here in Nigeria, it is not just here in FUNAAB, but it is true that alumni associations are known all over the world to be passionate about their university development and growth. Am I correct? If you are not passionate, you will not be here today. You are here today because you are passionate. I can see the Pioneer Student Union president here. Because he's passionate. You can see our Dr. Ayinde, who was the president at the time, of course, is coming from Coventry University, all the way in another local government, and is here. The Pioneer president is here. Of course, the immediate past is also here. And you're all here because you are passionate, you want to hear, you want to contribute. So I'm only leading a discussion, Mr. Vice Chancellor, Mr. Chairman, sir. I'm only leading a discussion. And I believe that at the end of this, there will be contributions from members in what we want to do. I want to ask, sir, that there's a need for the university for the alumni to have a clear-cut mindset. There must be an interest from the university for alumni. The Vice Chancellor has said this. They are interested. If you are not interested, you will not come, somebody come and do something. It is because of the interest of management that is saying, please come and do something for us. And therefore, this will help us in driving the sustainability of our university development. And I want to say that the alumni has, as a matter of fact, an obligation to enhance sustainable development of the university. But again, sir, what bothers my mind most is the fact that we are not tapping so much into the resources of the alumni in terms of human and material resources. This concern will guide me and drive me further in my contributions to remain part of this lecture. Of course, our little beginning, and again, I recognize the pioneer president. On January 10th, 1996, the alumni was formed. That was 8 years after the establishment of the university. And therefore, in another 8 years, the alumni will still be celebrating its own silver jubilee. That is the implication. And I believe that the university will be with the alumni. The alumni was packaged then to connect with all of us, either in this country or outside the country, to be able to contribute to the development of the university. That was the flagship. I can still remember, to contribute to the development of the university. That was our mission. And therefore, to this end, sir, we are saying that we must get practically and directly involved in planning efforts and initiative in positioning the university for sustainable development. We are not underscoring the university side. The university has done very well. They were saying that doing very well can be much bigger if the alumni takes its pride of place and plays its role to contribute to the development of the university. Mr. Chairman, sir, kindly permit me at this junction, again with some level of appreciation, to openly acknowledge the pioneering effort and contribution of Dr. Kolawole Adebayo. Of course, we deemed it very important to initiate the establishment of the alumni, maybe 8 years after the establishment of the university. Dr. Adebayo then, Mr. Adebayo, he called and chaired a meeting of Alumni 8 on January 10th, 1996, in a small room, room 02, I still remember, room 02, sir. Very hot, because there was no window. Yes, but something was playing in our minds to establish the Alumni Association. And today, the alumni have grown. We thank you, sir, for calling us. We also want to note, sir, why that happened. You see, the challenges of a newborn baby. You have created something. You start looking beyond the creation. Say, how do we get our people together? I say that what the alumni intended from the beginning and has been working towards is to connect all the alumni members across the globe. And therefore, the question then becomes, how do you get yourselves together? And so by January 07, 1998, we had our inaugural convention to elect the national executive. Dr. Adebayo, am I correct? Of course, I will note with appreciation to all past presidents that since then we have never missed anyone. We have always had our convention. And therefore, I'm confident to say that the foundation laid 17 years ago has been so solid. And subsequent development have been based on this. To carry on the dreams of 1996. Again, I thank the past president and even the current president for driving this journey. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, this is not news to you and most of us on this campus, that we contribute almost 25% or more to the workforce of this university. You have openly acknowledged that yes, the alumni are doing very well. But beyond the staff of this university, we also have contractors that are alumni members, and they are credible. So you have said, and I want to re-echo it, you can see why I said the content of this lecture has already been brought to bear. That alumni, staff, or contractor there's no record of non-performance so far. And I think That is a good one for us. We also want to add to this information that Professor Sani, Dr. Adebayo, Dr. Eto, and Sanwobo are among those that have been bringing money, research money to this university. And I think that is also a contribution from this alumni in terms of research and development of this country. In addition, the drama also showed, and that's why I say the drama also has spoken in my lecture. We have made contributions to in the past in medical equipment. The person was talking, although it was not to the tune of 5 million as it dramatized. But the truth is that we have made such contribution. And any contribution you make to health, whether it is 1 naira or it is 20 naira, you have saved a life. And I believe alumni have done very well. We also have contributed to providing sports facilities, computers and accessories. The Vice Chancellor mentioned about transportation. While I was there, sir, the alumni provided free transportation for students. I thought you would clap for yourself. Of course, they have fed the students, they have provided money and all of that. And to the point that we didn't go to secondary schools to mentor. Shagam branch, am I correct? Abeokuta branch, is the chairman here? And many others. This have been our humble contributions. I'm also aware, but I cannot confirm that this has become very operational. But I know the alumni have dropped some money for prizes for the best graduating students in the colleges. Maybe, Mr. President, am I correct?